The kids eat this up. They love it. So, and you've just kind of tricked them to walk nicely in line, right? They're having fun. You didn't have to get upset and say, you're not walking in line. Turn your voice down. You're too loud. You just made it a fun scenario, and now all of a sudden it's a game. Hey there, I'm Catherine Barker, and in this video we're going to be talking about how to actually get your kids to walk in a straight line and how to do it nicely and quietly. So if you followed me long enough, you know that I'm a big fan of using positive reinforcement. I love using it to help motivate my students to make better choices and to really just encourage good behavior. And just a quick reminder, so positive reinforcement isn't just like tangible things like candy or treasure box. Just simply verbally affirming students is a form of positive reinforcement, and it can be very powerful. And it just works so well. It works so much better than just relying solely on consequences or raising your voice or getting frustrated. It's just a much better approach overall, and it's happier for you as the teacher and happier for the kids. Okay, so this, my go-to tricks for walking in straight line, this is really like a two-step process. So first, before you even tell your kids to line up, you are going to model exactly what it looks like to walk in line. So literally physically, you're going to say, okay, this is when we line up, this is how we do it. And you're gonna walk over and you're gonna show them where to stand, and that we use walking feet, right? We don't run. And make sure that you're also dismissing them like a handful of kids at a time. I made the mistake of dismissing like my whole class at the very beginning, and I was like, okay, everybody go line up, and they all run, and it was chaotic. So it sounds super basic, but just something simple like, if you're wearing red, go line up. If you're wearing blue, go line up. You could just use something simple like that. But so dismiss your students a handful at a time, and then show them this is how we line up. We have our hands by our side. I like to say like popsicle sticks. We zip our lips, and we're walking nicely down the hallway, and show them how to stand right behind the person in front of them. So I'm right behind the person in front of me. I stay behind them the whole time. And I say, don't break the choo-choo train, right? We want to stay right behind our friend. So the first part is just modeling for your kids, physically showing them what it looks like to line up, how you want them to line up. And then the second part is using positive reinforcement to really encourage and reinforce that good behavior that you want to see walking in line. So there are really, I feel like, kind of three different ways that you can use positive reinforcement to encourage your kids to walk nicely and quietly in line. So the first one is just by simple verbal affirmation, right? Just simply verbally affirming a kiddo that is walking nicely in line. I would say something like, oh my gosh, does everyone see my friend? I don't know, Angela, look how she's walking so nicely with her hands by her side. Make sure you see exactly, point out exactly what you like that she's doing or they are doing. So then you'll notice the whole class will kind of start to put their hands by their side, right? And it just kind of encourages everyone to go, oh yeah, that's right, look at. And so you're pointing out the positive, you're praising the good behavior, and then it encourages all the other kids to follow along. The second way to use positive reinforcement I like is by using pretend play. I love using this one. So here are some scenarios of what I mean by using pretend play to help encourage walking nicely and quietly in line. So the first one is like, I love telling my kids, we're gonna sneak down the hallway. Okay, I'd be like, oh my gosh, friends, okay, let's just sneak down the hallway so quietly, and none of the teachers are gonna even know that we were even here. Just be super sneaky. And I'd be like, put on your quiet shoes and put on your bubble toes or whatever. Put a bubble in your mouth. I'd be like, put on your secret detective glasses or whatever you want to say. Make it fun. And we're gonna sneak down the hallways. If you want to do like, say it's Christmas time, and you could be like, we're gonna sneak like little elves down the hallway, super, super quiet. So you can do so many fun things with this. The kids eat this up. They love it. So, and you've just kind of tricked them to walk nicely in line, right? They're having fun. You didn't have to get upset and say, you're not walking in line. Turn your voice down. You're too loud. You just made it a fun scenario, and now all of a sudden it's a game, right? Another thing I love to do is I would just throw my kids, I would say bubblegum. I'd say, oh, everyone, I have some bubblegum here. Oh my gosh. And I would say, sometimes I change the flavor. I'd be like, it's watermelon today. Oh my gosh. And I'd be like, okay, you ready? I'm gonna throw it to you. And I throw it to them, and they catch it. And then okay, now open it up, down the wrapper, throw it in your mouth, chew it up, nom, 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 and blow a huge bubble. And hold your bubble. And I'm like, let's see who can hold their bubble the longest all the way down the hallway. And then as I would walk along, I would affirm kids. Oh my gosh, look at my friend Caden. Look at his bubble. Wow, he's holding it so well. Does everyone see that? He's gonna win. He's gonna beat everyone. And then all the other kids start, make sure they have their bubble. So that's another fun one you can use. Sometimes my kids I just would have to like sing a song. So depending on if you need to be quiet in the hallway, you could whisper it. Or when we'd be walking out to the playground, we obviously didn't need to be super quiet. So I would just like sing a song. So you can sing songs, you can just kind of do things to keep them engaged. And make sure that they're kind of paying attention, they're walking in line, they're watching you. Okay, and the third way that you can use positive reinforcement is by relying on your behavior management systems. And quick side story, I made the mistake my first year teaching. I didn't have any behavior management system set up. And it really came back to kind of bite me because my kids' kind of behavior was really kind of terrible that first week. Make sure you have your behavior management system set up on day one. I made quite a few mistakes as a new teacher. And if you'd like to hear more about kind of those mistakes I made and how to prevent them, check out my video, What No One Told Me About Being a New Elementary Teacher, coming up after this. So let's jump back to what this looks like, how to use positive reinforcement, relying on your behavior management systems, specifically for your students walking in the line. So you could say something like, if you're using like a whole group behavior management system, say, I had like a cookie jar, and I had like little cookies I'd put in, like little paper cookies I'd stick in the cookie jar when we filled it up. We got a party. So I would say, oh my goodness, if we walk nicely down the hallway right now, I'm gonna put a cookie in the cookie jar. So, and then kind of as the year goes on, you can kind of progress this a little bit where you say, okay, 3 days in a row, if we walk super nicely, then I'm gonna put a cookie in. And then eventually your kids will get to a point where they just know, right, how to walk down the hallway, and you don't have to give them, a cookie. Then you're gonna raise the bar and you're gonna ask for a little bit more and a little bit better behavior. So, but at the beginning when we're starting out, just praise the little things that you want to see. You want them to walk in a line, and if they do it nicely, reward that behavior and give them a cookie in the cookie jar. And if you're using, say, like individual reward system, you can say like, oh my gosh, I love that my friend, Xander is walking so nicely. I'm gonna go ahead and build his part of the rainbow, so he gets the red part of his rainbow to start building it. So that's another thing you can do to get your students to walk nicely in line, is use that individual behavior management system. Okay, so let's do a quick recap. So we talked about how there's really a two-step process to getting your students to walk in line. So first is you're going to model it for them, physically model it for them, what it looks like, exactly what you want to see, the behavior you want to see. And the second part is relying on positive reinforcement to really further reinforce and encourage that good behavior of walking nicely in line. And we talked about the 3 types of positive reinforcement that you can use specifically when it comes to encouraging your students to walk nicely in line. And don't forget to watch my video, What No One Told Me About Being a New Elementary Teacher, coming up after this. All right, that's everything for now, my friend. I'll see you in the next one. And until then, happy teaching.